Hi, I'm Natasha Marcos.
And I'm Evelyn Clara.
We're LaSalle College Fashion Business students, and we're here brought by our favorite and amazing lecturer, Mr. Ichwan Thoha, for the Spring-Summer 2021 class.
We have learned so many fun things from his costume history to class.
And we're about to share one of them with you.
Now you see the blonde wig, the clear plastic glasses, and the sharp silhouette, and you know who it is immediately. It's Andy Warhol! One of the world's best-known artists and a cult figure from the 1960s. It is instantly recognizable as its brightly colored arts known globally.
Want to know more about him?
Let's find out!
Warhol was born to an Austrian-Hungarian immigrant on 6 August 1928 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He went to Shirley High School in 1945, and guess what award he won at the time? It's a scholastic art and writing award. Quite obvious, huh? Perhaps the art genes have been streaming in his DNA since birth. Setting a goal as an art teacher in mind, Warhol was about to study at the University of Pittsburgh when fate turned the other way. He decided to enroll at the Carnegie Institute of Technology, also in Pittsburgh. Majored in commercial art, Warhol also spent his time engaging in the Beaux Arts Society and the Modern Dance Club. A little plot twist: now you know that Andy Warhol had a dance life. And a little peek into his personal life, Andy Warhol was also gay. But he definitely sways, and Warhol managed to save his queerness to find his art array. Good rhymes, huh?
Let's move back to the 1950s. Andy Warhol kickstarted his career in 1949 and dedicated his life to the world of commercial and advertising art. And this is What is Success, a story from the Glamour magazine, which is also his first work appearance. Can you guess which part is Warhol's work? Yup, the illustration. Very unique and distinctive, right? No wonder why this illustration won an award in the 1950s.
Exactly, Evelyn. Now moving on to the 1960s. Did you know that Andy Warhol was a successful leading artist and magazine and ad illustrator of the 1960s pop art movements? In 1962, Andy Warhol exhibited the iconic paintings of Campbell soup cans. Interesting, huh? And Andy Warhol even opened his own art studio, which is known as the Factory, which became New York City's premier cultural hotspot, attended by the city's wealthiest society, celebrities, even musicians.
The first one here is Marilyn Diptyque. I bet most of you know this painting, but perhaps still clueless about who created it. This painting is widely considered as one of his best paintings because Warhol created the 1962 Marilyn Diptyque in tribute to the late Marilyn Monroe, who died after overdosing on barbiturates that same year.
Moving on to the next one is the Campbell soup cans. Warhol often appropriated familiar images from consumer culture in his work, and his Campbell soup cans paintings is perhaps the most famous example of this.
Here's the green Coca-Cola bottles, portraying 112 almost identical Coca-Cola bottles. Whoa, talk about dedication right there. Warhol believed the universal popularity of the soft drink carried a very positive message.
The banana is created for an album cover since Warhol was a manager of the Velvet Underground. The album cover became one of the most iconic of all time.
Warhol Camouflage series was released a few months before his death in 1987, making it his last ever print portfolio. The inspiration was provided by his studio assistant by Jay Shriver, who was experimenting with pushing paint through military clothes.
It's no surprise, tastes change depending on the cultural climate. What's hot one year, it's not the next. Therefore, brands should use color trends to influence their overall aesthetic. Look at these 6 colors. They are all completely different from one another. There's hibiscus, the red one here, illuminating the yellow one, all about the blue one there. Mouse rope, the chocolate one. Salmon rose that looks like salmon mid-color, and the last is the green one called the water garden. So all of this color is predicted to be popular during the fall winter 2022-2023 season.
For the next one, I'm going to talk about fabrics. First, we have the thermal napping knit, which is a waffle or honeycomb texture fabric that's made to trap warm air between the yarns, making it the perfect fabrics to wear during a cold winter months. Then, refined rib fabrics, a knitted fabric with alternating raised and lowered rows, more elastic and durable than plain knits. They tend to fit the body and are used frequently in t-shirts as well as for the trims for socks, sleeves, waist, and necklines. Next is the faded plain knits. It is the simplest knitted construction consisting of vertical ribs visible on the front of the fabric and horizontal rows of stitches visible on the back, used in the production of hosiery and jersey fabric. Lastly is the mineral textured fancy yarn, such as tweed. It is usually made from wool. It is an extremely warm, hard-wearing fabric that is thick and stiff. Wool tweed is often woven using different colored threads to achieve dynamic patterns and colors.
Now let's take a look at the silhouette. Mostly, the silhouette are used in cold weather garments. The long pile, short pants, funnel hooded jacket, and all the classic silhouette you can see right here. I bet all of this silhouette suits all of you, and I guess all gender can use this, right?
So that's the silhouette, but what about the details of the garments? From what my group has researched, these are the details that are predicted to be the popular during the season. First, there's light and shade. The detail is focused on the color where the garments have parts and the colors are more vibrant than the other. The second one is the worn out clothes, where the details give us a look of deconstruction garments. The last one is the distressed stitch, where the stitch is specifically custom just for the detail and usually stand out in the garment. From all this detail, personally, I think I'm going to love the worn out clothes because they look so unique.
Now we come to the next point, which is the pattern. There's diverse colors, checkerboard, and simple zebra. Diverse color pattern is designed with diverse colors with abstract pattern of maybe any kind of pattern. The checkerboard is basically a just matte pattern, and simple zebra is the pattern of zebra skin. I'm wondering, if I wear the zebra pattern together with a group of zebra, I think I'm going to blend well with them.
Brace yourself because we have three. First one we have, does it remind you of anything? Well, no need to think hard. The McDonald's vibe seems very attention-seeking here. And look at the Moschino's fake McDonald's logo. Yes, we love what Jeremy Scott did here. And this supposedly shows you his legacy in the art and design industry even years after his death. Well, while feeling like we're in a McDonald's, up next, this one is an aggregate of Andy's creation. Definitely has a wide range of his artworks line.
The last one, but not the least. Andy was into the camouflage pattern, so do we. But this is not our plain camouflage. We are talking about being colorful is an understatement. This pop art camouflage is a whole package of the RGB color chart. Obviously, neons and the other eye-poking colors are dominating the collection. We love a little bold and brave moment, but the real question is, where do you blend with this camouflage? I'm thinking of a club in NYC.
So, taking Andy's collection and his legacy in pop art, we created a fall-winter collection for 2022-2023. Foreshadowing, there are 5 different categories in fashion collection. Now, let's jump right in. First, basic. A basic item is your best friend. Something ageless, something you gravitate the most, and it is an essential that you will always need from your closet. Next, the regulars are eye-catching products but vague. They definitely are par with the trend, but at the same time, they don't quite follow as much as a fashion item. Speaking of fashion, we heard the word quite a lot, but what does it mean in a fashion collection? Well, a fashion item is something that is up to date, trendy, or popular. It is definitely a trend or a fad item.
Next, we also have a novelty. In and out, yes, but it's an item or two that a designer or a brand include in a seasonal collection. Like Christmas, it comes once in a blue moon and the products are usually something random out of the blue. And the last category is value for money. Yes, just like its name. The items in this category are designed to boost sales. During the low season, the category will be a hero, with a special price, also the design that follows the trend, making the product in the category demanded by many people. So that income is stable even though it's a low season. So basically that's all a bit of information about Andy Warhol's artworks and life. Thank you so much for watching to our video. I hope you guys could learn something.
I'm Evelyn Clara.
And I'm Natasha Marcos.
Peace out!